Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. It's 3:30, November 1st, Friday. This one says 65 degrees, and the one in the sun says 78 degrees. Solar energy is a wonderful thing, isn't it? And look at this, my batteries are all nice and charged. Today is Friday. I have to go to work in an hour and a half, but I woke up early. So it was such a beautiful day, nice and warm. You know, one just can't stay asleep in this kind of weather. It's going to be tough because probably at about 3 a.m. I'm going to be exhausted because I've been up for 14-15 hours by then. But anyway, given that I'm up, there's a couple of things that I was checking on. I figured I'd bring you guys along for the walk. First of all, the drainage ditch, my new ditch. You can see I got quite a bit of water in here. As a matter of fact, it's to the point where it's flowing beyond where I did the digging. I ended the digging here, and you could see it's beyond that and flowing. But you could also see that I can really go quite a bit deeper and get the water the heck out of here. But in the meanwhile, I'm just happy that it's working. The water is going, and you know. So more work to do, but stuff is moving, so I'm happy. Let's see. Also, eBay, simply amazing. And you know, you learn things too between eBay and YouTube. I needed a set of nuts, the hub retaining bolts for this back axle. You guys saw all the videos. So I had a bunch of them of this size, and this size turns out to be the size for an 86 and an 87 hub bolt. As a matter of fact, it's exactly this size here. There you go. But I needed an 85, which is this size. These just showed up. Came in the mail. You could see they're a little bigger. They came from Pennsylvania. Guy in Pennsylvania, I guess, parted out one of these things. Anyway, the pair of them delivered to the house were $27.72. I did you know, he wanted $25 for the pair, or best offer. I offered him 20, and it was $20.72. I ordered them Tuesday night. Today is Friday, and I already have them. That is a wonderful thing, because I can slam them right on there and take this thing for a real ride tomorrow, Saturday. So that's one thing. Item number 2, you guys know that I'm always keeping an eye on eBay, especially when the deals are right. They had these things from a 200E, 200 with an electric start, and it's a key switch. The 200E does not have reverse, obviously does not have a neutral sense. Came with the headlight. Gotta like the headlight. But also came with the full ignition system. It's got one of those square box igniters and coil and the whole bit. Another fairly clean system. I mean, it's a little dusty, but it really looks pretty good. So anyway, got this too. This was $48, including postage. So to get a functional key switch with the key in it, the headlight, and the full ignition system, I mean, literally throw it right on there. I got the See the voltage regulator there? The little plug for accessories. I don't know if the handlebar switch is in here or not. Yep, the handlebar switch is in here. The relay for the solenoid. The whole ignition system for $48. One can't go wrong with that. So there we are. So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the nuts. And lastly, I've been thinking about this because I have a lot of stuff to move around, as you could see. We're talking tractors too. All this crap needs to get moved about. And to do that, I do have this trailer here. But this trailer here, you know, I have to get it on there and lift it, you know. It's over a foot. It's close to 14 inches. A bit heavy, a bit hard to do. So what I've decided to do is put together a smaller trailer, a low kind of trailer, and what I have there is the axle and the wheels. A friend of mine works for the railroad, Signalman James, and they bought a bunch of generators, and they came with the wheel kits, these wheel kits, but the generators did not fit into the rail side boxes. They wanted to put the generators in with the wheel kits on them. They were able to lower them into the boxes, but with the wheel kits on them, they stuck up too tall, and they couldn't close the boxes down. So they were throwing away all these wheel kits. So he picked them up for me. I think he picked me up 3 wheel kits all totaled. A friend of mine took one set. I gave him one set, and I kept 2. So that's one wheel. The other wheel is down below, or actually the other 3. And just to show you how wide it is. So the axle is 36 inches wide. What my plan is to put together a bed, basically, as tall as this. I guess this is about a foot tall, give or take a little bit. Of course, I own 1,000 tapes, but they're all currently hiding. Yeah. Oh, there's one. I believe this is a foot tall. Maybe it's only 11 inches. Nope, full foot. I think you guys could see that. So it's a lot easier to lift something up a foot. Actually, I've also been putting a lot of thought exactly where to put the axle on the entire length of the thing. If I move the axle backwards, it's easier to tow. It's easier to steer if I'm trying to put something in a tight spot. But the thing is, unless I'm loading it from the front and unloading it from the front, it's going to be hard because, once again, you got this short little thing. As I move the axle this way, let's say the trailer hitch is this way. As I move the axle this way, I have more of an angle to slide the things up on. I'm also going to put a bit of a winch on it. I've recently, well, last year, I acquired a little bit of a cable winch. You could see it right there. So I'm going to put that on there. That way I can turn the crank, drag whatever it is up on the flatbed, and then tow it away. Just put the put the pin through. I'm not sure what I'm going to drag it about with. Quite honestly, it's probably going to look quite similar to this cart. And from a height point of view, it's going to be slightly taller than that. But it'll be a nice big flatbed that whatever I want to drag on top of, I could do that, and then once it's on there, it'll be a heck of a lot easier to move around. These are semi-pneumatic tires. They don't take air. They have air in them, but you don't refill them. They're not solid core. So there'll be a pair of those on there, and I'll drag it about. This axle is 36 inches wide. If it's not quite, and there it goes. If it's not quite enough, what I could do is cut it in the center and weld it to some angle iron down in the V, and that would make it a bit longer. And I'm debating whether to just have the cart overhang the tires a little bit, and obviously not have the tires rub against the cart, jack it up high enough so it doesn't do that. I'm debating whether to do that or have the tires inboard. That'll make the cart a little tippier, but I'll think about that between now and when I put it together. So that's what I'm up to, though I'm not at work. Remember my rule: if you're not getting something done, you should try to set yourself up so the next time you have a chance to work on it, you could succeed. So about putting about putting this thing together, I already ordered the bolts. I'm not exactly sure where that's going yet, but for $48 delivered, I couldn't pass that up. And because I couldn't pass it up, I'm broke. But that's besides the point. So I got a full ignition for 200E. So remember, I've mentioned this Gorky electric starter. Well, I'm moving closer and closer to being able to set it up. Unfortunately, your normal like 200S does not have enough of an ignition system. There's only that one coil for running the lights, and I could probably put together a rectifier circuit and get it so that trickle charges, and I mean really trickles, like barely charges a battery. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. It seems like it would be just easier to, if the cart lives outside, to put a solar cell on it. I have a couple of those. Harbor Freight, I think they came from. They were $10. They charge at about 500 milliamps. Or no, about 50 milliamps. Put one of those on it, or set it up with a trickle charger, plug it basically whenever I turn the power on for this mess, whenever I plug in this mess downstairs, have that keep the battery charged. Alright folks, kind of rambling. Sorry about that. Remember, live, love, and have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde, which should be tomorrow afternoon. Till then, tires down, handlebars up, and take care. Thanks for watching, for subscribing, for commenting, and we'll see you all soon.